everyone.
Hello.
We are here to talk about men's September new launches.
Yes.
So fragrances marketed for men coming out this month.
September is a big month for new launches actually.
It's because it's like gearing up for Christmas.
Yes.
That's why.
So we've got 3 to show you from brands that we work with, and we hope you like them. So let's get started.
What should we start?
First one is from Issey Miyake, and it's quite different. It's not just another version of Lotus At Home. It's quite a different fragrance. So this fragrance is called Le Majeur de Say.
Majeur.
Majeur.
What does majeur mean?
Majeur means major, which isn't that sexy in English.
No.
So
like major.
So the
major
idea is
strong.
Yeah, exactly. So like low is water.
Yeah.
So the idea is it's kind of like the most powerful, the strongest, the most essential of all waters
like
ever.
An
Amen.
ocean.
Yes.
A big ocean.
Yes. Powerful.
Okay. I like the bottle.
The bottle
really
is so
nice.
Beautiful. They've done a really good job actually in making it identifiable as Issey Miyake, but modernising it. Like the logo particularly is really modern.
Bold.
Yeah, and this brushed kind of metal cap, and it feels nice actually.
I really like the rounded sort of curved,
Exactly.
almost like sort of polished by the ocean glass.
It is.
You know, if you're walking along the beach and often you find a piece of, it looks like a pebble but a smooth piece of glass.
Yeah, sea glass.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what it looks like.
Let's try it and tell you about the smell, because it is again very different to Lotus At Home.
Yeah, because they've had a few different Lotus At Homes over the years.
Oh,
If you
yes.
think like since 1994 when the original launched, and they're quite different, isn't it?
Yeah, very different.
I'm not that familiar with this one actually, but
So-
I can see what you mean.
Yeah, I mean, the idea behind it is that Issey Miyake, is very inspired by nature. Most of the fragrances, he doesn't use a model in the advertising. It's all about the ingredients and the nature behind it. And Lotus At Home was inspired by a mountain waterfall.
Right.
Le Majeur de Say is inspired by the tumult of the waves. So you would imagine you're like on the beach, and the sea spray is kind of, it's like a rough day and the sea spray's coming up, and it's that kind of salty water as opposed to Lotus At, which is clean, fresh water.
That really comes across, that salt note.
It's very salty,
really prevalent.
I like that because I think it's clever as well, because like salt doesn't really smell. I mean, the sea smells, doesn't it? But salt doesn't really smell.
Yeah.
And so to make something that smells salty.
So how do you identify the smell of salt?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like at home when you have salt, and it doesn't smell of anything, does it?
No, I suppose not. But it definitely has a taste, and of course, taste and scent
That's true.
very, very linked.
Yeah.
So, I mean, straight away, I would say it's a minerally, crystallised, salty fragrance.
Definitely minerally. It does have citrus though, but it's no way near as citrusy as the original.
No, it's not. That bright yuzu, that Japanese lemon note that was in the original is not coming through
it has
here.
bergamot, which is a bit sweeter. But definitely the salty note comes through.
I can smell a bit of wood.
So yes, it's soft, isn't it? I think the idea is that it smells like kind of driftwood.
Yeah. Okay.
So they say it's like a woody complex. I don't know. It's like things like cashmere and
a mix of things together to smell like wood.
Soft, white, dried woods.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like aquatic. It's aquatic woody, like a soft aquatic woody, I think.
Yes, I would go with that description.
It's very modern.
Can I put the word salty in there? I know I keep saying
it.
It's aquatic. It's got to go in there for sure. But yeah, definitely salty like the sea.
Yeah.
You can imagine walking down the beach and smelling, you wouldn't be out of place.
Yeah. This, by the way, is created by 2 perfumers who are quite, doing a lot at the moment. So Aurélien Guichard, he's responsible for a lot of the Narciso Rodriguez fragrances, and Fabrice Pellegrin.
Yeah, his name's cropping up a lot.
All the time.
Yes.
Yeah, he's done lots of things, different brands, but particularly for things like Diptyque, Joe Malone.
More niche-y.
Yeah, they've both worked together on this one. So that's new Issey Miyake, big one for this Christmas.
Try it, see what you think.
Yeah.
So I'm going to talk about Dunhill fragrance. This is, I sort of feel like, again, like with Issey Miyake, we've seen this we've seen a
Seen this
Dunhill
bottle
bottle
before, yeah.
Another incarnation of the icon fragrances,
Yes.
with the Dunhill name rather smartly on the top.
These
of the
bottles
bottle.
are so nice though.
Yeah, they are. I really like the texture on them. That kind of diamond pattern texture, which I think apparently was inspired by the sort of Dunhill engine turned design that appears on like their dashboards of the cars and the steering wheels, because of course Alfred Dunhill back in the day used to do everything for the automobile except the motor. You know, basically he sold everything that he could put on and in cars, including the hats and the goggles and the jackets and the scarves that gentlemen drivers used to wear back in the...
It's a very British brand, Dunhill,
very
isn't it?
British brand. Very
and
brand. Talk
the
about
car,
British, so it's I don't know if you can see the colour that clearly, but it's British Racing Green, and the Go Faster
so cute,
white stripes are on the top.
I love that.
So, I mean, this is very... He used to... Alfred Dunhill, they sort of really involved themselves in racing. And, of course, the green came from the fact that back in the early 1900s, every country had to have a colour. So every car was identified from being, you know, like blue was the French racing team.
Yes.
And, I think red was the Italian racing team. And the British chose green. Apparently because of the being next to Ireland.
Yes,
so
that would make sense.
I think the first host nation, if you like, were Ireland, and they just chose as sort of a kind of patriotism to their hosts, green, because green is very Irish. But yeah, British Racing Green, who knew? Let's smell it, shall we? I have been wearing this, and I also have been spritzing it on my other half, and I really like it a lot. It's what they call a contrasted fougere.
I was going to say,
funny, made up fragrance name. Fougere is not made up. It's a traditional masculine sort of aromatic, woody,
quite
fragrance.
Sweet.
It is. The reason they call it contrasted fougere is basically because it's like a fougere but slightly
modern.
different.
Yes.
I think it's great, and this one is. One of I really like the click of that.
Yeah, it's nice.
This is one of those satisfying, loud clicks on a perfume bottle. It feels like good quality fragrance packaging. What I was going to say was this fragrance on the skin lasts. That's what I've been finding.
Is it eau de toilette or
eau de toilette?
Okay.
No, it's not.
Because I was going to say the original is an eau de parfum.
It's an eau de parfum.
I discovered that the other day. Yeah. Which is nice, actually. I can definitely smell lavender.
Yeah.
And this kind of sweet citrus.
Yes. There is also a thing called Gaiac wood in there, which you and I have probably spoken about several times before. Quite a strong wood.
L'Envol de Cartier, that's in, isn't it?
And there's vetiver as well for kind of a smooth,
earthier.
Yeah. But it's just...
It is nice. It's kind of classic.
Yeah, and what I find on the skin, it is just one of those fragrances that I want to come back and smell again and again. I'm finding it quite addictive.
Yeah, nice.
I mean, it's manly, but doesn't have to be in the realms of just masculine perfumery.
No.
I think it would suit a woman equally
as well. That's true, actually. Yes.
Because perhaps with a sweet note in there. But it feels like a good, solid, qualitative fragrance that you can spray on in the morning and it will last.
Yes, very good. Like that.
Not 100 miles away in smell from the Coach fragrance.
No.
So that's what you're going to talk about.
Next one is Coach. Here we go. So Coach is obviously an American leather fashion brand, and they have had several fragrances over the years. They scrapped them all a couple of years back and started again because they had a new kind of production company. So they launched a women's fragrance, EDP and EDT.
It's and similar
now,
bottle to
very
that,
similar shape, They're in pink, and now they've launched a men's. So this is the first men's from this kind of new style of Coach, and the bottle is nice. I mean, it has all those codes of Coach that the women's does as well. So the turn lock, which is like the clasp on their bags and purses, the hang tag, which is also on all their bags, the Coach and Horses logo, They are quite a historical brand. They were founded in 1941 in New York.
You never think that they're that old, do you, actually? I always feel like
well, they've been, in the last few years, they've managed to regenerate themselves quite well.
Yeah.
They've got people like Selena Gomez and Chloe Moretz as faces. So they're kind of appealing to a younger crowd as well now.
You see their advertising everywhere now.
Yeah.
And their bags are gorgeous.
Yeah. So let's try this. By the way, the face of this fragrance is also someone well known. It's the actor James Franco.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so you know he's been in Spider-Man and Planet of the Apes and things. He's the face of this.
He's amazing, actually. He's like he does directing and
he
writes as well. I mean, he's quite
multi-talented.
I think he even lectures as well at the universities in America. No, so yeah, talented guy. Hi, James. I like this. It's easy. It's kind of an easy everyday fragrance. Soapy.
It is. It's not as powerful as the Dunhill. I don't think it's subtler.
No, I agree.
It has a note of lashy pear, which we keep seeing popping up now, and it's that kind of crisp sweetness of like a fresh cut pear.
Yeah, you can smell that freshness for sure. It definitely, like I said, it smells soapy to me.
Yeah, okay.
In a kind of clean.
I mean, it's meant to have
way.
actually a bit of an inspiration from the kind of old-fashioned barber shop where they would use
I'm
soaps.
getting that for sure.
It's got some suede notes which are meant to be reminiscent of that kind of style of environment as well.
I don't know if it's listed, but it almost smells floral to me.
Yeah, I'm sure it must have florals in. Yeah.
Again, I feel yes, it's marketed for men, but I definitely think
it's quite gentle.
Wear this.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, clean smelling, isn't it? Definitely. I think it will be popular because the bottle's great and the, all of that kind of that goes along with it.
Yeah. If you want an easy daily fragrance,
nice gift for someone. Yeah. So yeah, that's our little roundup of the things that are new for men.
Do you have a favourite?
I think my favourite. I like the L'Eau Majeur.
Do you?
Yeah. Izzy Mayaki.
For me, I think I know the original so well and love it so much. I don't know that I would be swayed, but I definitely like this.
See,
it's my favourite of these three.
Izzy Mayaki. Oh yes, there. Oh, the Izzy Mayaki is so. For me, like it's different. That's why I like it.
Do you know what? It hasn't changed in the time we've been talking.
It's different.
Either.
This is sweet.
I like that,
and I like it. I like them all.
There you go. Which one do you like?
Let us know if you've tried them. And we'll see you all again next week. Bye.
Bye.